Smile Jamaica.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
to
you
have
for
you.
having me.
Are you on vacay from London?
Yes, I am.
You're based there, no?
I am based there, yes.
How long you been over there?
I've been in London for 20 years.
What?
Yes, but originally I am from Jamaica. In fact, I feel like this is ordained, this interview today, because we're in my backyard.
Is it?
Yes, I'm from Southside.
Easy.
Yeah, man.
Hello, Southside. Good morning.
Hello.
From Lady E. So you
Yes.
left here, you know, much more than 20. You're London for 20 years, but you know much more than 20, you know.
I am, actually.
Not a lot more.
Not a lot more, though.
Than 20, but I find it interesting. So you left Jamaica. You're currently the CEO of Soul, Entertainment Soul Limited. That's a company that produces and develops music and video content for a global audience. Based in the UK, but you focus on the development and management of Jamaican musicians and already signed local reggae artist Nesbeth. You hope to expand. Nesbeth, I'm a G, you know. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Nes.
Morning to you.
But can I just elaborate on that further?
Sure.
I am not currently. I managed Nesbit for the last 8 years. So my company was from 2013 and I closed it down in 2020. So yes, it was during that time. So during the My Dream era, I basically produced My Dream. So that was a great accomplishment.
Good for you. Yeah. But now, though, your vintage fashion blogging, your vintage modeling, your where did this love for fashion come from, first off, and then vintage fashion? Because I'm reading that on your 25th birthday, you just packed up all of your new good clothes,
Yes.
gave them away,
Yes.
and replaced it with all vintage.
Basically, I've always loved vintage. I've always been venturing into different eras like the 80s and 70s. But like you said, on my 25th birthday is when I basically decided that I just want to be glamorous every day. And I just got rid of all my edgy avant-garde style and basically transformed into
Love that.
the vintage era.
So you woke up like that. You know
I woke up like
every day. And I want to show you guys. I mean, not only is she rocking the outfit this morning, the glasses. This is her handbag. I had my water bottle there and I had to move it.
Those are my shoes. I don't know if you can
and
see
your
my
boots.
shoes. Yes.
So where you source your stuff? eBay. I hear you buy on eBay.
Yes, I buy on eBay because what you have to understand is most of these items are really old. They're like 20 years old, you know, so eBay is a great place, Etsy as well. And also when I go to vintage markets,
Why
thrift
don't you
shopping.
create your own line?
Why don't I create? That is in the making.
Simone knows these things.
Because
Yes.
we do have kind of vintage, what you would call it, reproduction style. So what I would do is basically take vintage pattern and recreate the vintage era.
Because it has to be authentic, right?
Exactly.
You don't want to remake it and then it doesn't have the...
That vintage feel.
Correct.
And you know, there's so much I love about vintage, like the attention to details and stuff like that. And you can only get that when you replicate the actual vintage pattern.
And then this fashion thing goes back a long way because you used to, nothing was safe in your house. Everything that could sew was going to sew over.
I should tell you, my mom, if you're watching, like she used to have to lock her closet because you just want to see me with a pair of scissors and I will cut through that. So from a very early age, I was always very innovative, always very creative, you know, so I was always trying to do my own style.
So do you actually sew?
Do I actually sew?
Sketch, design?
I sketch, yes, I sketch, but I wouldn't necessarily label myself as a seamstress, no. I can't help myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just want to help yourself and be able to sell your vision to others who can actually help you.
Basically.
So you're comfortable in your, I mean, what kind of feedback do you get when you walk on the street? Like, do you go to dinner like this? Do you go to the mall like this?
I wake up like this. I go and get a cup of milk. I go and get the mail like this. I go to the shop
do not
like
go
this.
to the supermarket like that.
I do. This is an exaggeration version of me, but I have different degrees of glamour.
When you dress it down, what does Lady E look like?
When I dress it down, it still have a retro feel to it. I don't wear denim.
Don't wear denim.
No, not really. I think I have like 2 pairs of denim and that's it.
And the denim is probably retro style, right? Big pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Big pants, high-waisted,
yeah, man.
you know, that rockabilly kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but pretty much my everyday wear is still vintage, but more toned down.
And so when people see you, what do they say?
When people see me, the best comment I receive is like, wow, you made my day. you know, and up to a little kid, like little girls, they will run up to me and they're like so happy to see me.
Oh.
You know, so it's a good feeling. Men usually finds me intimidating. I don't know why.
That is another story for another time.
That's not exactly.
Did you bring some models with you?
Pardon? Yes, I did.
So
I actually wanted to demonstrate.
Let's have a look at them. The models
so
are.
If my model.
They're actually. We're going to bring up the shot shortly. Who would you say you channel in terms of your style? Go ahead, Clive. Yes, there go your models. Who inspires you? Who inspires your looks? Are we talking Marilyn Monroe?
We're talking Marilyn Monroe, Dita Von Teese. She's a burlesque queen, like the epitome. I styled her very simple today, but I'm going to add the gloves and the accessory when she comes in, just so you can see the transformation. Okay. And what I wanted to show you is this is a normal modern day woman look, and we're going to take this from simple office chic to vintage glamour. Okay. When she comes in.
Got it. Is she the only lady? Is somebody else out there? Clive? No? All right. So you also style. So if people see your look today and say, oh, Lady E is looking smashing, I love her aesthetic. Yes. I want her to style me. You style folks.
I do style them, but I love fashion and also I don't just stick to vintage fashion. This is my personal style. Right. But for my clients and stuff like that, obviously I listen to them and I do offer advice as well, but I generally tend to stick to what they kind of like. I don't force my vintage era on them. Got it. Because so it's not for, I get that it's not for everyone. But
so that means that you have to keep atop trends in all eras, all spaces.
Yes.
Yes.
Work
that?
Pardon?
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I mean, like I say, for my personal style, I can't relate to modern fashion because it just doesn't make me feel the way my vintage fashion makes me feel.
And how does your vintage fashion make you feel?
Wonderful. It's a feeling that I honestly cannot explain. Oh, wow. Yes. And when my model comes out, you will see. As you can see, she is wearing the gloves and the hat. This is a 1950s hat paired with a vintage style gloves as well. And you can see immediately her look has transformed from modern day style. See,
I get the wave.
I didn't tell her to act like that. So naturally, when you dress this way, you just act like a lady. And dressing this way is basically bringing out the lady in her.
I love the corset type intricacy at the back.
Yes, and that is a 1940s style blouse. And that's one thing I like about vintage. It's basically just the attention to details.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Where do we find you, Lady? If we want to see more on your fashion and
you can find me at Lady Eccentrik across the board.
ECCENTRIK.
Yes.
Right. B.
And then I've got a fashion blog as well, eccentricfashion.com.
All right. So you're just here visiting?
I'm here visiting with the vision to relocate, because I do want to kind of introduce my style more to Jamaica, and hopefully I can inspire girls to basically, you know, think about how does fashion make you feel. Yeah, that is a 1950s
you want to come out cold too, talk it truth.
And I want to come out of the cold.
Like ice.
Exactly.
Yeah, too grey.
Exactly.
I mean, look outside, look at the sunshine on the harbour there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we completely get it. So nice to meet you this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Love your style, love the fashion, love the flair.
Can I send my big out?
Oh, sure, quickly.
I just want to big up Javon, thank you for supporting me. Big up Nesbeth, thank you for supporting me. Big up Joma and my family down on Southside, big up everybody. And yeah, my sister, I know you're watching all the way from Canada. She's late for work because of this. Oh. Hello. Okay. And big up my mom.
All right. With all those big ups and greetings across the world,
yes,
we say thank you, Lady, for being here this morning. Vintage fashionista, Lady Eccentrik. Well, she can probably answer this. Do you know the shades for your face shape? You know the shades for your face shape?
Yes, being a stylist, it's important to do so. Oh. Obviously, makeup is kind of, depending on your skin color, you have to choose the right shade.
Correct. Yeah. Well, how do you do that? We're going to help you find out after this break. So come back.